You keep saying you're tired, but deep down, you know you're just hiding. Not from the world, from yourself. Then say it. Out loud. Admit it. You're not broken. You're not burned out. You're comfortable. That's the truth you've been running from. That your limits are lies. That your exhaustion is a mask for habits you refuse to confront. You've been calling it fatigue, but it's just fear wearing a softer name. You've been saying you need rest, when what you really need is responsibility. Because here's the thing, you haven't reached your edge. You've stopped walking toward it. You've planted yourself in the middle of safety and called it your boundary. But that's not your limit. That's your laziness, painted in rational words. You talk about discipline like it's some foreign tool, something the strong have and you don't. But it's not. It's not a gift. It's not talent. It's a decision you make every day when no one's watching, when the results are invisible, when you're exhausted and no one claps for you. That's discipline. And let's be honest, you haven't been making that decision. You've been negotiating with your potential, asking it to wait, telling it just one more scroll, one more hour of sleep, one more day of excuses. And the more you delay, the more that fire inside dims. But it's still there. That strength you swear is gone, it didn't vanish. It's buried under every skipped session, every broken promise, every tomorrow you never showed up for. And now it's time to dig. You're not tired. You're undertrained. You're not finished. You just haven't started consistently enough, This is war. And the battlefield? It's not out there. It's in your mind. Every morning when the alarm goes off. Every night when you choose distractions over dedication. Every time your feelings try to rewrite your goals. That's the war. And your only weapon is consistency. Not talent, not motivation, not hype. Just that boring, brutal, beautiful grind that says, I'll show up no matter how I feel. You want results? You want change? You want pride? Then you've got to bleed for it with your time, your focus, your habits. Not once, not when it's convenient, but daily, hourly, relentlessly. Stop letting laziness wear a disguise. Stop calling it self-care when it's self-sabotage. Stop saying you can't when the truth is you won't. That word, can't, it gives you an exit, but won't. That's a mirror, and it hurts to look into it. You've been hiding behind burnout because it's easier to say, I'm overwhelmed, than to admit, I gave up on myself. You've been blaming the world for your lack of progress, hoping someone will hand you an excuse solid enough to build your failure on. But guess what? No one's coming. No one's saving. No one's building. It's all on you. And that's not a curse. That's your power. Because if it's all on you, then so is the comeback. So is the redemption. So is the glory. It means you don't need permission. You don't need the perfect mood, the perfect plan, or the perfect energy. You just need to move. So move. Even if it's slow. Even if it's ugly. Even if your mind screams to stop. Move anyway. Because progress is loyal to the persistent, not the perfect. And don't you dare wait for motivation to return. Motivation is a guest. Discipline is a resident. You build your life with what stays, not what visits. This path won't get easier. You will get stronger, but not by thinking, not by dreaming, by doing. One rep at a time, one page at a time, one hard choice at a time. And yeah, it's going to hurt. Good, let it. Because pain isn't your enemy, it's your edge. It tells you where the growth begins, where the excuses die, where the real you is hiding, begging to be carved out by the hands of effort. So pick up the tool. Pick up consistency like it's your sword. Wield it like it's life or death, because in a way, it is. The life you could live is at war with the life you're settling for. And only one gets to win. So what now? You sit there and say, I'll start tomorrow? Or you stand up and whisper, it begins now? You've talked enough. You've planned enough. You've dreamed enough. Now it's time to earn. You want to know where your strength is? It's in that moment when everything in you wants to stop, and you keep going. It's in that silence when no one notices and you still show up. It's in that voice that says, I don't feel like it, and you reply, too bad. We do it anyway. That's power. That's self-respect. That's this version of you this world hasn't met yet. But it will, if you stop lying, stop waiting, stop flinching, and start. Not tomorrow. Now. Because comfort is a cage. And you were born to break it. Every goal you've set, every dream you've dared to imagine, every version of yourself that you see in flashes when your mind is still, it's real. It exists, but not here. Not where you stand. It lives on the other side. The other side of discomfort. The other side of resistance. The other side of discipline. And you keep waiting for something else. You call it motivation, hoping it'll show up like lightning and strike you with sudden purpose. You call it emotion, as if the right feeling will finally make you move. But neither of those things are reliable. They're wind. They're smoke. They vanish when pressure comes. Discipline? Discipline is stone. It's the foundation you lay when everything in you wants to collapse. It's the voice that whispers, I don't care how you feel, we do the work anyway. And that's what you've been avoiding. Not because you're weak, not because you're incapable, but because you've let comfort speak louder than your calling. You're not short on strength. You're short on control. Control over your habits. Control over your attention. Control over your decisions when they matter most. When no one sees you. It's not about pushing harder. It's about pushing through boredom, through fatigue, through the endless internal debate between I should and I will. Because the truth, there is no perfect moment, no energy wave coming to rescue you, no feeling strong enough to carry you to greatness. Not only discipline, only choice, only repetition. And that's what separates the wishers from the warriors. You want to evolve? Then stop worshiping moods. Start honoring commitments. Start building rituals that stay firm when your emotions go soft. You think the people you admire always feel like showing up? They don't. They've just built lives where their habits speak louder than hesitation. They've mastered one thing, doing what must be done, especially when they don't want to do it. And if you want to, reach your version, the one who doesn't flinch, the one who walks with fire in their eyes, you'll have to make the same choice. Every day, every hour, every minute. No one's going to drag you to your dream. No one's going to install discipline in you like software. You build it. You earn it. One unskippable rep at a time. You've got the strength. But strength without direction is just noise. Control turns it into power. And power focused through discipline? That's unstoppable. So stop praying for motivation. Pray for resilience. Pray for the kind of clarity that says, I might not feel it, but I'm still showing up. Because that's where everything changes. That's where your real life begins. Not in bursts. In discipline, not in hype. In consistency. No more waiting, no more wishing. You know exactly what needs to be done. The question is, will you do it without applause? Will you show up when your emotions walk out? Will you control your choices or let your feelings control you? This is your test, and it won't be loud. It won't be grand. It'll be quiet, lonely, repetitive, But that's where the greats are made. In the grind, no one sees. In the effort, no one thanks you for. In the victories, no one claps for. But you dot, so let this be your new truth. Discipline isn't punishment. It's freedom. Freedom from regret. Freedom from failure. Freedom from the weaker version of you who always found a way to quit. You don't need more hype. You need more habit. You don't need more feeling. You need more follow through. Every version of you that you've ever wanted to become, it's not far. It's just disciplined. It wakes up early when you don't want to. It finishes what? It starts, even when no one's watching. It doesn't negotiate with excuses. It commands itself. And it listens? You can be that version. Not someday. Now, but only if you stop chasing what feels good and start chasing what builds you, So get up. No more internal debate. No more waiting for the right mood. You are the mood. You are the spark. You are the force. And the path? It's already clear. You've always known what it takes, Now prove you can walk it. Not once, but daily. Because the dream? It doesn't belong to the strongest. It belongs to the most disciplined, and today, that's who you become. And if this lit a fire in you, don't let it die here. Carry it forward. Build with it. And when you need that reminder again, I'll be here. Subscribe to Win Wisdom for more content that doesn't sugarcoat, doesn't coddle, just pushes you to rise. Follow on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook, where every message is a mirror, every word a weapon, and every video a reason to keep going, because the world doesn't need more noise. It needs you, disciplined, driven, unstoppable. Let's build that version together.